Hey guys, Michael here. I promise to be as short and sweet with this as possible, but this is going to be a bit of unexciting talking and asking for feedback, so I'm going to try to make it a little less dull by showing some glorious battle footage in the background that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Basically, I want to call everyone's attention to two polls that I'm putting up on the channel, and also to let you know a Discord channel is coming soon. Some of you have probably noticed or taken part in some of the conversations going on in the comments section of recent videos about ways to improve the channel. I really appreciate these conversations because they have given me good feedback and have certainly provided ideas that I think have improved the channel since I started it. This is probably a good time to thank everyone for getting me up to 5,000 subs. Still small potatoes, of course, but much bigger than I ever expected to get when I started posting my personal twist on Let's Plays a year and a half ago. Anyway, it's been a great experience because of all of you, and I want to do a particular shout out for those of you who are generously supporting me on Patreon. I'm trying to figure out a good way to give you something extra, even on my somewhat limited schedule. For now, I hope you'll accept my sincere appreciation, because there are times I wasn't sure if the channel was worth the continued effort commitment, but there's always been some really positive feedback or support that's kept me motivated. Anyway, just want to make sure you know how much even a little support does for a small-time YouTuber. But that brings me to the specifics of how to improve the channel. I know not everyone watches the Let's Play series, and that's fine. I intend to continue to make mod videos and other general things about the game that I think add value. I have a few more coming out soon and some ideas that I'm excited about, but I don't want to make videos just for the sake of putting one out every day to satisfy the YouTube algorithm. I want to try to upload videos that really do add value. So if you have ideas of videos of that sort that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments of this or really just about any recently updated video. The channel has grown to the point where I sometimes miss comments on older videos, but I try really hard to read all of them on recent ones. Anyway, I like making these more philosophical types of videos about the game, but like I said, I don't want to just duplicate what others are doing, and since there are already so many good YouTubers for Warhammer, that means either coming up with fresh ideas or just not putting out any of those types of videos until I get some lucky inspiration. I'm not doing a poll about this. Just know that I'm open to suggestions about non-Let's Plays as long as they are interesting and give something of value to the community. But the bread and butter of the channel will continue to be the Let's Plays for now. I put a lot of love into these videos and I hope it shows. I know it shows how intense I often get because to me, that's part of the glory of playing games, getting lost in them and freaking out when things get nuts. Anyway, for those videos, obviously the campaigns I upload tend to be really long and challenging and focused on immersion, which is partly to distinguish this channel from the other YouTubers who post excellent Let's Plays, but also mostly just because that's the way I've always preferred to play Total War games, and particularly Warhammer. But as many people have commented, there are different ways to edit the videos to make them immersive and enjoyable, and my goal is to try to find the right balance between what the community most prefers while staying true to the ideals of the channel. Some of you have said you prefer that I include all the thinking out loud as I play out decision making on the campaign map. I presume so you can learn what not to do in your own campaigns. Okay, just kidding, folks. I think I'm a decent player and that my strategy might actually help other players, even though I know I'm no legend. Anyway, at the same time, maybe my pacing with campaign strategy is too slow and I should edit it more. Maybe you think it would be more immersive if I cut out most of the thinking through the decisions and just include the final results. Anyway, basically the first poll is to let me know what you think works best for the campaign map portion of the Let's Plays, how best to balance immersion with the usefulness of talking about strategy. So that first poll is about campaign, and then the second is about battles. The second poll, it's an updated version of one I did a while back, which is how to balance the live discussion of tactics versus the cinematics. I've asked this question before in some of the more recent videos themselves, and big thanks to everyone who has given feedback on this already. When I've asked the question before, there have always been more people who want to hear the decision-making and fighting as it plays out on the battlefield, with the cinematics mixed in for that gorgeous shock and awe that Total War is so good at. But then other people have said that they prefer more cinematics with a voiceover instead of the live action, and then even a few people have said they prefer less cinematics. I know I can't give everyone what they want, but I'm happy to do the best I can to accommodate the most people. The last question is what to do with unfinished campaigns that have gone on a while and that many people have lost interest in. This is a sad, uncomfortable truth of playing the game in a way that appeals to me and is different from other YouTubers, because these are really long campaigns, and the longer a series goes on, the fewer views it gets. I personally hate to end in the middle of a campaign I'm enjoying, but I can always finish them on my own and not waste my viewers' time by uploading them. I can also upload them without taking the extra time to film the cinematics and edit them into the appropriate parts of the action. But the trade-off is giving up some of the immersion. I'm not doing a poll on this, but I'm just open to suggestions. One option is to just upload them for supporters or to make a second channel, neither one of which do I think the channel is currently big enough to do. Another option is to do more auto-resolving so they move faster, and another option is to upload them without all the cinematic editing. Just like everything in life, despite what politicians will tell you, all choices have trade-offs. So I'm just going to continue to listen to feedback and make adjustments that seem to make the most sense. Last thing, I've been talking to a couple of other YouTubers about creating a Discord channel about gaming with a focus on immersion. There will be a section of it, of course, focused on Warhammer. Discussion about strategy, about modding, about philosophy, a place to make suggestions to me, to request certain campaigns, basically anything having to do with the game or the franchise. If I do it with the other guys, there will also be a section for RPGs and maybe other genres, certainly other games, most notably Baldur's Gate, but probably others as well. If they decide they don't want to do it as a group, it'll be a Discord just for this channel, but either way, it'll be coming soon, and I'll make an announcement once it's set up. Alright, I guess that does it for now. As always, I really appreciate the feedback, and I look forward to seeing what the poll results look like. I also really appreciate the support, and I want to reiterate how great of an experience this channel has been for me personally. It's definitely helped me focus on other things when real life gets tough, which I think happens to all of us probably more and more often these days as we watch the world fall apart all around us. But that's obviously a whole different story. Anyway, on that cheerful note, I'll wrap this up. Sorry it turned out to be longer than I expected. Thanks for hearing me out. Please vote in the polls, leave comments, and I will see you in the next video.